All right, guys, let's jump right into another news roundup here on the channel with the latest on your Washington Commanders. We're keeping things fast, direct, and up to the minute as always. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We've got daily videos to make sure you never miss a beat. And don't forget to smash that like button. It really helps the channel and keeps me hyped to keep making these for you guys. Commanders fans, we gotta get real for a second. The vibes are definitely off right now. This 2025 season has been a massive letdown, and that Christmas Day loss to Dallas just piled on the misery. That's 2 straight divisional losses now, coming right off that bitter 29-18 defeat to the Eagles in Week 16. But it wasn't just the score that got people talking, it was the fact that things absolutely boiled over. In the closing moments against Philly, a total brawl broke out. It was pure chaos after they tried a 2-point conversion while already up by 17. The result? 3 players tossed on the spot, Javon and Quan Martin for us, and Tyler Steen for the Eagles. Tensions were through the roof. The NFL handed down the fines this Saturday, and man, it's gonna cost them. Javon got hit the hardest, a $20,288 fine for unsportsmanlike conduct and unnecessary roughness. And remember, this isn't his first rodeo. He already paid nearly $29K back in Week 10 for making contact with an official against the Lions. The guy is losing his cool out there. But he wasn't the only one. Quan Martin was fined over $11K, Mike Sanstratil nearly $10K, and Will Harris got dinged for $11K on a face mask penalty. On the Eagles side, only Tyler Steen was fined. At least nobody got suspended, but that's a lot of cash out of our players' pockets. Look, things are ugly. We're sitting at 4-12 in a season defined by injuries and pure frustration. But the schedule still has one final intense chapter left for us. We're closing out the season against those very same Eagles, but this time we're heading into their house in Philly. Can you imagine the atmosphere for this season finale? After the fights, the ejections, and the fines, things are going to be explosive at Lincoln Financial Field. This is about playing for pride and not letting our rivals walk all over us. Now, I want to hear from you. Did the NFL do us dirty by finding more Washington players than Philly players? And what's your take on Javon? Do you like that fire, or is he just hurting the team and his own bank account? Drop a comment below. I want to know what the nation thinks about this mess. Moving right along, let's talk about a guy who absolutely balled out this year, Deebo Samuel. Look, we've got to tip our caps to GM Adam Peters. The man played chess while everyone else was playing checkers. He fleeced the 49ers, snagging Deebo for just a 5th-round pick, and Deebo delivered the goods. Focus, consistency, and an absolute dog mentality on the field. You have to respect the grind from the former South Carolina star, right? Deebo was the only constant in an offense plagued by QB carousels and total turbulence this season. But now we've hit that awkward stage. It's time to talk business because his contract is up. And this is where it gets tricky. Smash that like button if you think Deebo Samuel belongs in the burgundy and gold next year. But fair warning, it's going to cost us. Market projections are saying Deebo is looking at somewhere around $20 million a year. Adam Peters already paid Terry McLaurin, who's on the wrong side of 30. Does it make sense to have 2 veteran receivers on massive deals while Washington is desperately trying to get younger? We know Peters is a cold-blooded negotiator. He's not going to overpay and handicap our ability to fix the O-line or the secondary. Deebo also knows this is likely his last shot at a massive payday. He wants financial security. Peters wants cap efficiency. Most of the fans want him back, obviously. The guy's a beast. But we have to look at the business side. Paying that kind of money to a 30-year-old receiver comes with huge injury risks and potential regression. Even if he goes nuclear against the Eagles in the finale, it won't change Peters' mind if the math doesn't add up. He doesn't do emotional signings. He's looking at the long-term future of this franchise. It's a tough call, nation. On one hand, you have Deebo's insane talent. On the other, the need for a youth movement and cap space. I want to hear from you. If you're Adam Peters, do you sign that $20 million check for Deebo, or do you let him test the market and hunt for a young stud in the draft? Let me know in the comments. To wrap up the latest updates, look, we know that 11th loss stings, but I've got to be fair. There were some real silver linings in that Dallas game. While Jacory Merritt showed he could be the future in 2026, another guy gave us a masterclass in professionalism, QB Josh Johnson. Think about the challenge. This man made his 10th career start on Christmas Day, his first since 2021. When he stepped in for Mariota against the Eagles, he looked a little shaky, right? The chemistry wasn't there. But with a full week of first-team reps, it was a totally different story. Coach Dan Quinn shared an incredible behind-the-scenes story from game day. Picture this, 7:45 a.m. at breakfast, all 5 QBs on the roster are huddled together, grinding over every play and every detail. That speaks volumes about Cliff Kingsbury's coaching. And the results showed on the field. Washington averaged a massive 8 yards per play, outgaining the Cowboys, who only managed 5.5. Our only issue was the snap count. We only had 41 plays compared to their 87, but the offense looked confident and loose. Give me a like if you were blown away by Josh Johnson's leadership in that game. Josh was incredibly humble post-game. He said he wanted to prove to the league and to himself that with the right prep, he can still lead an NFL offense. He gave shout-outs to leaders like Jaden Daniels, Marcus Mariota, and the legend Bobby Wagner. He dropped a quote that we should all take to heart. For some of us, this might be the only opportunity we get. We can't take anything for granted. That is exactly the culture we want in Washington. He stepped into a pressure cooker and proved he's the ultimate pro. Even with the loss, seeing Josh Johnson's effort and the offense's rhythm gives me hope for 2026. Preparation is everything, and Dan Quinn's message was loud and clear. If you want to play here, you've got to outwork everyone. So, does Josh Johnson deserve a spot on the roster as a mentor for Jaden Daniels next year? And what did you think about that QB breakfast meeting? Let's talk about it below. Enjoyed the video? Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That's it for today, but I'll be back tomorrow with another news roundup. Much love, thanks for the support, and let's go Commanders!